Shelley and Shannon want me to welcome everyone here, family and friends. They recognize that a force greater than themselves has brought us all together today, where strangers are no longer strangers but are as family. That force that is greater than all of us is love. In all my studies, I've never come up with a very accurate definition of what love is. I've read about it, but more than that, I've seen examples of love. I've seen it in millions and thousands of acts of kindness. I've seen it in the tenacious commitment that couples have toward each other and the commitment that parents have toward their children. I've read about it in literature. I've seen it in the Tao Te Ching. I've seen it written about in the acts of Krishna. And the greatest story I've ever read is the story in the Bible how Jesus became a man and gave himself to conquer all that was not love. And Shelley and Shannon have shared this expressively, that is the force that will make this relationship, this marriage, this union of two families and two people succeed. I would like to pose this favor on their behalf. Family and friends are here. If you're going to support them and make this happen, let them hear your support by saying, I will.
I will.
I will.
Thank you. You know, another thing I want to point out, that Rendezvous, the history of this place is all about love too, because some backward, rugged mountain men loved their family so much they heard a threat of some crazy British general that was going to come up and annihilate their farms and their way of life. And these guys cared nothing for the government or anything about it. They wanted to be free. They loved their families. They loved their wives. And they met on this mountaintop over 230 years ago. They just formed a very informal militia. It went down and whooped the British. And as quick as they done that, they disappeared back into the backwoods here in North Carolina, and many of them were never heard of ever again. We know that 250 men. So just this place, a rendezvous means meeting place, because people loved life and liberty and their families more than themselves, that greater force. And we're gathered here today, and Shannon and Shelley have chosen to end what we've talked about as a winter season of their lives. And they're choosing love over what is not love, to unite themselves, and their children have made a commitment not only to support this, but to join as two families, where two are no longer two, but are now one. I think the children have a few things to say now.